Hello Crochet Queens! Today, or now in this lesson, I'm going to show you how to do a single crochet stitch. Now throughout my tutorials I tend to use a lot of American terminology for crochet terms, but in the United Kingdom and Australia a single crochet is known as a double crochet. It's nice and confusing. If you watched the last video, we would have started off with a general foundation chain and I would have showed you how to do a chain stitch. Now we're going to get straight into it and do our first little crochet stitches.
Come on, Gail, you can do it.
Thanks buddy. Now I've got a chain here of 11. The reason why I've chained 11 is so we can do a row of 10 single crochets, and we need that extra, that 11th chain, to kind of help us get into this next little stitch here. It's the second chain from the hook where we usually start from. So getting into it, we've got our chain. We will now go to the second chain from the hook and insert your hook into the loop here, just like that. And then what you do is you yarn over and you use the hook to pull this yarn through that loop, through the chain. Then you've got 2 loops on your hook. You then yarn over and we're going to pull through both those loops like that. And then you've got your first single crochet. Easy. We'll next move across to the next chain after that. So if we look, I don't know if I can get in too closely. If you see this big gap, that's the chain that we've just worked in. So now we're moving to the next chain and insert your hook like that, yarn over, pull that through, 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through both loops. That's your second single crochet. Now we'll move to the third one. Stick your hook in, yarn over, pull that, use the hook to pull that yarn through, so you've got 2 loops on the hook, yarn over and pull through both loops. So we've got 3 single crochets done. How are you going? Let's see if we could do it again. I'll do it again slowly. Stick your hook in that chain, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over and pull through both loops, just like that. Stick your hook in again, yarn over, pull through, nearly lost it, 2 loops left, yarn over and pull through both loops. Let's see if we can keep going. We've only got 5 more to go. Yarn over and pull through both loops. Stick it in, yarn over, pull it out, yarn over and pull through both loops. There you go. Nice and easy, and try to maintain an even tension. And what we mean by that is try not to pull too tightly on the yarn, either on the yarn on this end or also on your work, so that then it's not too, when you're a beginner, I know it's really hard, we say don't do it too tight, don't do it too loosely. You want to try and find a happy medium in between. You don't want to kind of be gripping everything too tightly, because then your work will end up tight. Now we're at the end of the row. How did you go? See? If you get a little gappy business down here, you just, yeah, too easy, says the 6-year-old in the background. You just pull it tight and bunch it up there. We're going to do one more row and see how we go. So you want to do a chain 1 to go up like that, and that will create like a nice even edge along one side. And then we turn, because we're going to do backward, left and right rows. We're not doing working in the round like what you do for a hat. Now what we do is we've turned and we're going to crochet into, now if we have a look at the back of the work very quickly, look at all the little crochet stitches there. That's the back of them. They all look like a whole bunch of little bums. Yeah. And what we're going to be doing is crocheting in between. So you got little bums there, right there. See what I mean?
Bum, bum.
Yeah, shush, buddy. And what we're going to be doing is crocheting into each of these bits here. And if we look on top, you can see that there is like 2 threads. These are referred to in crochet patterns as front loop, which is the loop that's you're working on that's closest to you, and then the back loop, which is the one. Usually, unless the pattern says otherwise, you'll always insert the hook through both loops. So when you pop it in, I'll just start. We're going to start here, stick it in this bump, and that will send you through both loops. Then you yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, and then pull through both loops. And then you've just single crocheted into the top of the single crochet of the previous row. Now we're going to move to the next one. Stick it in, yarn over, or rather it's like the way I do it is I've kind of got the yarn there so closely that it's almost like I'm moving the hook under it and grabbing it like that. So stick it in, yarn over, pull it through, yarn over, and then pull through 2 loops. There you go. I'll work nice and slowly just to see it. Hopefully you guys can follow along. There you go. Now we've only got 1, 2, 3, 4 left. If you followed along so far, you're doing really well. At the end of this, you can go have a cuppa. You can get stuck into...
Get up, girls.
You can get stuck into, I don't know, crocheting yourself and your whole family a new set of clothes. Just kidding. Alright, so we're at the last single crochet. And some people get a bit usually if you're just starting, this could be a little bit confusing as to where it is, and I used to kind of miss these and then end up with this edgy work that went blip 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 blip, and it wasn't very neat, and I wondered what I was doing. But you got to try and pick up that last single crochet there, yarn over, pull through. There we go. We've done 2 rows. How'd you go? I think you did really well. And it's looking great. You can just keep crocheting up, doing this tiny little, it's like a little bear's scarf, isn't it, to practice by simply continuing to chain 1, oh, I'm losing my voice, at the end of each row, and crocheting up until you've got, and you think your tension is pretty even, all your stitches look the same size, they're not so tight. You know that your tension is too tight when you go to put your hook into the stitch and it's really hard to get in there. Then you may need to go back and redo it again and try and loosen up a little bit. Relax, it's just crochet. It's not like, you know, you're trying to solve the world's problems. You've got to enjoy it, and soon it'll be lots of fun and you'll be doing it everywhere. You'll, like me, I crochet on the train, I crochet when I'm waiting to pick up the kids from school in the car. I do it whenever I'm watching movies or telly, and I do it in my lunch break at work. But
and we do it at Grandma's house.
And we did it at Grandma's house. That's right.
Nana and Puppy.
Alrighty, so that should be it. Basic chain stitch. Watch my next video and my next couple of videos, and I will show you how to double crochet, which is the US version of UK trebles, and I'll also teach you the US treble stitch, which is like, whoa, tall columns. Have fun. Bye.